ladies and gentlemen, the Pope has just gained some new haters, and Issa Cheruma apparently has Cameroonians anxiously waiting for what's next after his 48 hours ultimatum he gave the government to release his supporters elapsed and he went silent. Coupled with that, there are certain issues I'd like to address, so let's dive into it. This is a report and I'm your Senegal Doris, but before getting to the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the Next Generation Media channel so you don't get to miss out on any of our subsequent videos. So on Sunday, the 9th of November, Isacha Cheruma released a warning, I would say, to the government, giving them 48 hours to release his supporters that were imprisoned due to the violent protests that they displayed. He says he wants them to release his supporters in 48 hours or else.
Je leur donne 48 heures pour arrêter, pour libérer sans condition tous nos enfants, tous les Camerounais qui se trouvent aujourd'hui dans les prisons du Cameroun de manière générale. Je leur donne 48 heures, faute de quoi le peuple camerounais se retrouvera en légitime défense et se sentira libre non seulement de se protéger, mais également de tout faire pour protéger leurs enfants et les récupérer partout où ils se trouvent.
Now, the 48 hours have come and gone, and nobody is seeing the or else, and everyone is so quiet, and people are asking, what's next? What's he planning on doing? We have this post from the 237 Showbiz saying Cameroon holds its breath as Isacha Cheruma stays quiet after ultimatum. Following the expiration of his ultimatum, Cameroon's presidential candidate Isacha Cheruma has fallen silent. As of Sunday, November the 9th, 2025, there have been no updates from him. What implications might this have for the ongoing political situation? Under the post, we had people who gave comments such as, someone said real men are not noisemakers. Someone else said silence, they say, speaks louder than the voice. Someone said he's cooking something behind, and a lot of particular comment says politics and football can kill you quickly if you expect much from your team. And I think that last comment is actually very timely because we just recently had the Indomitable Lions that lost the match to DR Congo, which was a knockout match. They lost, I believe, 0-1. And this disqualifies them from taking part in the World Cup, which I think is the first of its kind. It's going to take place in 3 different countries, America, Mexico, and Canada. And Cameroon is going to be part of that competition. And this is very more like a bad omen because we see Cameroon is one of those countries that's like a giant per se with the African countries that partake. It has one of the highest participations as an African country taking part in the World Cup tournament. So if we're looking back to the political atmosphere, I think in a way people are comparing the loss of the Indomitable Lions to the loss of Chiroma. Like they had so much faith in Chiroma, his supporters, and the way people had so much faith that, of course, these giants of Africa are going to win this match, but they lost it. And now we're just getting silence from both sides. So, like I said, I believe in an episode before, to me, politics is more like just a bad soap opera. Don't put your heart so much into it. I know it's something that we cannot avoid looking into, but obviously there are always going to be disappointments when it comes to the political atmosphere. So I guess at this point, it's still fingers crossed for the Chiroma supporters. They are waiting on their president to come and address and give his reaction to the government refusing to follow through with his ultimatum. So moving on, during my entire time of covering the electoral climate from before the elections, during the elections, after the elections, I had some certain loved ones reach out to me and they were like making comments or send messages like, why are you doing this? Why are you talking on this? Like, do you want to end up in prison? Do you want to get killed or something? So people were generally worried, I believe still worried whenever I come and talk about anything related to politics in Cameroon, in Africa, always worried. So this actually shows us the climate we are facing. And I don't know how many times I can say this, I don't give a damn about politics. Okay, I don't give a damn about politics, but what I'm realizing is the fact that even if you don't care about politics, eventually politics is going to care about you, if I can put it that way. Because let's take, for example, here at the office, our taxes was just doubled. And we cannot tell exactly why that was the case, but these are policies that we put in place by people that have been voted into power. So at the end of the day, if you say you're not going to talk about these things or you choose to talk about them, their actions will still affect you regardless. So we find ourselves in a climate where they're telling us as youth, oh, please come out, show your innovations, talk, we want to hear your voice. But when you start talking, it's like, talk this way. Okay, say what we want you to say. We want you to say it how I want you to say it. And I believe the report is a show that is very unbiased. We report the issues as they come. We have all the references put out, all the receipts, I'll call them, put out. But still, it still brings fear to the hearts of those who are listening and worrying that, oh, it might cause some sort of negative impact to the show. So at this point, I don't think there's anything we can do about it. We're just going to keep on saying the truth and stay in the lines of what's right. We're respecting every single policy here, but apparently it's still seen as doing too much. Well, I guess we're doing too much, we'll stay doing too much. Okay, now moving on to the Pope. Now, like I said, he has just gained some new haters. And before I move on to this news story, I want to take a little backtrack to before now when he had gained his first set of haters as the new Pope. You know, when they lost the last Pope and we're looking to who's going to be a new Pope, the circulation, the most important criteria that people were looking into was what was going to be the Pope's stance on two things: the LGBTQIA HTV community and immigration laws. Okay, so when Pope Leo XIV took to his post, everyone was looking to what is he going to say? Okay, what's going to be his stance on lesbianism, the LGBT community, and immigration? And when he came out and made a statement saying that a marriage is between a man and a woman, of course, his first of haters kicked in. The community, LGBT community, came in so upset, saying that he has taken the Catholic Church back, he has taken the church back, that what they were supposed to do to advance and join the church with the LGBTQ community, he has destroyed all that advancement. So that was his first set of haters. Now, he has come out again to give a second declaration, which is making people, actually Catholics, upset with him. Certain Catholics, I'll have to say, not all Catholics, certain Catholics are upset with his declaration. And what exactly is the Pope said that made everyone so upset? You think it's something very outrageous, but all he said, or all he was trying to reiterate and emphasize on, was the fact that Mary is not a co-redeemer with Christ. Now, disclaimer, first of all, I'm not a Catholic, so everything I'm saying here, I have looked into the documents, talked to some other Catholics, so that's where my standpoint is from. And from what I've learned is Catholics believe that Mary is an intercessor, the one carrying the prayers of the faithful to Jesus as the mother, making it easier for him to respond to these prayers. And many other people now came up and they started this other belief system that Mary was a co-redeemer. By co-redeemer, they called co-redemptrix. They're saying that she took part in the redemption of the Christians. Now, not to say she did not have any part, like she was not part of the story. We all know, yes, Virgin Mary, she was holy, gave birth to the Christ as a virgin. Amazing. The Pope never denied this fact, but what he said was she is not co-redeemer, and all the redemption and saving happened by the hand of Jesus. And this made people lose their minds. You know, in a document he released, the Mater Populi Fidelis, that is the mother of the faithful, he clearly stated all the things he wished to reiterate to the church and bring to correction, and a lot of Catholics lost it. Okay, in this document, he stated that no human person, not even the apostles or the Blessed Virgin, can act as a universal dispenser of grace. And you would think that would make sense to many, because he has not denied the divinity of the Virgin Mary or denied the impact that the apostles made in the mission of Christ. He has just said there's only one person who brought about the redemption of the people of God, and that is Jesus. But then many Catholics are revolting against this, saying they're not going to accept it. Some even saying they want to add co-redemptrix in the praying of the Rosary just to make a point. End of the day, we have to ask ourselves, why is this so controversial? I mean, if it's in alignment with what the Bible, the Word of God is saying, then why is it so controversial? Is there maybe a misinterpretation of what it is that the Bible is saying, or what it is that the Vatican laws state? And I've actually spoken to some Catholics, and some do believe that it might be the toxic feminists actually infiltrating the Catholic Church. You know, they have always had this ambition of making women to be clergies, which, you know, it's not done in the Catholic Church. So Some Catholics see this as maybe a way of toxic feminism trying to infiltrate his way and create a passage for there to be now female clergies as time goes on. And if that's the case, I think we can clearly see why the Pope felt it very necessary to send out these documents, because he had to uphold the laws and customs of the Catholic Church. So in this case, I think I'm totally on the Pope's side. But again, I'm not a Catholic. Tell me what you feel like as a Catholic. And before we log off for today, I would like to reiterate on what we are all about. Here at the A-Report, we are aiming to dissect culture, society, and politics from an African perspective in general and a Cameroon perspective in particular. Well, since I'm one, it has been very apparent that our society is changing, especially with the coming of the internet, and we see things that in a society we love but are gradually disappearing and being replaced by things not fully recognized. And we think it's our duty to point out these things and explore these concepts and inform ourselves and especially our community in efforts of contributing in our own small way to building a better society for us and our loved ones. And if that resonates with you, then you're in the right place. So that's all for this particular episode. Please drop down your comments below. What do you think about the whole 48-hour ultimatum Isacha Cheruma gave the presidency? Do you believe he's going to speak again? What do you think about the issue with the Pope? Well, what do you think about Mary's role in the Catholic Church? Please drop down your comments down in the comment section below. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support our little channel here at the Next Generation Media channel. I will see you in the next episode. Bye.